Welcome back to X's and Steve-O's. It's game prediction time. Talking about one of my favorite team, my hometown Philadelphia Eagles. That don't even sound right, Coach X. One of my favorite teams. They ain't one of my favorite teams. I like the Birds, all right. I like the Eagles. I don't love the Eagles, not after the last few years. Anyway, Coach X, how you feeling tonight, then, brother?
I'm feeling pretty good. It's a beautiful day here in Pittsburgh, so I'm not going to complain about a darn thing.
It's a beautiful day. I had to move because I had the glare. I was looking crazy on the other end of the table. Here we are. Now I'm looking at myself, as Coach X always points out. I love Zoom, man. I'm a big fan. Anywho, let's get right into it. We are going to talk Eagles Rams. I saw on social media the Rams posted a tweet that said, what they say, like NFC divisional round rematch or something. And there were some Eagle fans like mocking him for posting that. And it's like, y'all, like it's quite literally the rematch. Like that's what it is. They're allowed to say that. The
Mhm.
reason we think this is such an interesting matchup is if folks remember, this was the closest game on the Eagles Super Bowl run. If I remember, it was a snowy game in Philly. Saquon, did his traditional, trademark breakout run for a long touchdown. That got a lot of coverage. But the Rams were driving at the end of the game. I think they got as close as the 22-yard line. I think on third down, Carter broke through. Jalen Carter made the splash play that we've seen, we've grown accustomed to him making, and we've seen a lot of the great pass rushers make. It was either a sack or he forced the ball away. I think it was a sack, and then they didn't get it on fourth down. So a close game. I know it's one of those games where the Rams have probably had circled as revenge, if you will. And it's weird to see Coach X like the Eagles have assumed that role of the Chiefs, where they got that target solely squarely on their back, and every game is some kind of like you know um, extra attempt, if you will, by their opponent. I'm curious to see if the Rams offense can take some advantage. They added Devontae Adams. Is Stafford healthy? I think they have an injury up front, the Rams, so the Eagles do have the personnel to be able to exploit that. I think the Rams also have an injury in their secondary. It's not like the Eagles' passing game has been, prolific, if you will, but I think they're capable. The Eagles, they put you in that blender. They don't make the mistake that the other team makes. Last week. And by the way, Coach X, I don't know where you stand on tush-push, but I can't stand the anti-tush tush-push crowd. Y'all, it's football. If you don't like it, don't let them get in that situation. If you don't like it, study it, learn
Facts.
how to stop it. But we'll do that
Facts.
on video. Right, right. I wanted to lean the Rams. The game is in Philly. I don't want to be a hater, y'all. I'm picking the Eagles, but I think it'll be another close game. It'll be another game where folks step away and they're like, "Oh, Jalen Hurts only had 100 yards. Maybe he doesn't even throw a touchdown pass." But I think it'll be enough. I think they know how to win football games. And there's this weird switch that happens when you win the Super Bowl. You really stop caring about the points, excuse me, the ROB style points, if you will. You really stop caring about, you just care about the result. I got the Eagles in a close game. I think the Rams will show up and show out, but I'm going to pick the Birds. Coach X, how do you see this one, brother?
Yeah, man. I see. I'm just gonna give two different perspectives why the Rams could win and then why the Eagles could win. I think the Rams have a very dynamic passing attack with Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. Also with Matt Stafford still playing at a pretty high level, given his age. So I think Vic Fangio will have to make it difficult on him, and if he does not, I can't see anybody on the Eagles side slowing down Puka. Uh, and not even Devontae Adams, if I'm being honest. Then Sean McVay, when he is the underdog in a game, which Rams, I believe, are, he's 23 and 19. So he does have a strong track record when he is the underdog. And one of the glaring things that I've been able to see on the defensive side for the Eagles is the cornerback position. It has not looked. It hasn't looked Eagles-like, especially what we've grown accustomed to in the last 3 or 4 years. Uh, but the Eagles could win. I mean, the Rams could win. Well, I think the Eagles could win. I think the dominant rushing attack. Um, Saquon is that dude, and as long as he has some type of blocking, he will do his thing. Right now, he's already at what 460 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns. And you just keep feeding that man the ball, and I think you're going to have a real legitimate shot to win. And I also think the Eagles' offensive line is pretty solid. I think is arguably one of the best offensive lines in the game. And then also being at home with the crowd as Philly's finest over there. You know all about how Philly crowd can be. I think they don't care about anybody, anywhere, anytime. It could be the president, it could be the vice president, it could be the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going to tell you how they feel, and they're going to be unapologetic about it. But with all that said, I'm actually going to give the nod to the Rams in this one. I haven't seen enough from the Eagles yet. They are winning games, and that's the most important thing at the end of the day. And as you know, I'm all about the W's. You get the W's, and we'll make it happen. What I'm concerned about is if they lose a game or two, and Jalen Hurts is throwing for, he's going 20 of 28 for a buck 12. I can see AJ Brown losing his mind. Everything get masked when you win, but hey, let them lose a game or two. I can easily see this thing turning sour really, really fast, along with the fan base, AJ Brown and spiraling from there, and Jalen Hurts trying to keep that bad boy together. But I will give the edge to the Rams in this one to pull off a slight upset.
It's hard to disagree. Folks that don't know, we don't really like prepare notes for this show. I happen to have some free time at work, so I fired off an email, and the latest line of the email is like, "I'm leaning Rams," and then here we go. We show up this morning. I'm like, "Nah, go Birds." Um, Agree with everything you say. You make great points. It's interesting. The Chiefs-Eagles game was so tight. Obviously, those teams know each other very intimately. But from a personnel standpoint, the Rams really do have those weapons, to your point. It's a great point. Not just Devontae Adams that they added, but of course, Puka Nacua, who seems healthy, seems great. And on the defensive end, Jared Verse. That is a world beater. I think some folks know about him. If you don't, you will after this game tomorrow. He is a freak. He is that next freaky D lineman. I agree with you. I think the Rams have the opportunity, the personnel to exploit what the Eagles have struggled with. I just wonder, at some point, I'm early on the train of I'm not going to be caught picking against this team. It'll be ugly. It'll be a great game. It'll be an ugly win, but either way, Rams or Eagles, we got Coach X with the Rams. We got Steve-O, the hometown Philly Eagles. We'll see how it shapes up. We appreciate you all joining us. Please share, like, subscribe, comment, all those good things. If you disagree with us, tell us why. And that's all, folks. We appreciate you.